So guys, if Greg's on all fours, okay, like this, anytime I could penetrate my right hand into the collar, I can finish, okay? So I can do this modified, okay, like a Kezagatami version of a clock choke, very effective. You can also, if I put Greg on his back, start doing two-arm joint manipulations with one arm. So one of the most common joint manipulations, you know, that people do is Kimuras and Americanas, where we have the 90-degree angle and we rotate that way for the Kimura, that way for the Americana. So there's very cool drills that you can do to actually do Americanas and Kimuras with just one arm, okay? So I can show you a version of that and you guys can practice that. Yeah, like what we would used to call like a Hodge or Machado Americana would be the name for it. But guys, for today, our last finish that we're going to be looking at with our one arm, okay? Again, why one arm? Well, it gives you a variation. You could go for the 2-on-1, but he grabs an arm, you can still finish. Or you can use that hand to achieve certain purposes while you then go about getting your finish, okay? So we looked at the footlock first, then we looked at attacking the neck. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just have a look at getting an arm, okay, and submitting it with just one of our arms, all right? So what we can do, guys, when people face us this way, this is a common position that you're going to find yourself in. Everyone does, okay? You find yourself in this position. Now, from here, traditionally, you can do things like Das chokes, like this, okay? But from here, he's given me several really interesting options, okay? So there's a whole bunch of different ways from here that we can actually rotate around him and then start to manipulate his shoulders, okay? But one I want you guys to have a look at today is anytime my right hand can penetrate around and grab a chin, I have control, okay? So anytime I can get a chin here, he's in trouble. But today, we really want to focus on what we're doing with the arm, okay? So that will be the variable we're talking about here. So my right hand is going to form a chin strap, okay? Good choke, all right? So I'm going to try to put this underneath his trachea, and I'm going to hold on to his jaw with my hand. So if we sit Greg up, just so you guys can see a little bit, my right hand will be doing this. Okay, don't go too loose. Don't go too deep, keep it about here with my wrist right underneath his chin. But you can't just grab a head like this and expect to have good results against a senior guy. So I'm going to show you two different variations of grabbing this chin and what to do with this arm that will yield different yet equally awesome results. Number one, the guy's defending me here, so I grab around into his chin. Now I'll get my left hand underhook. I rotate to my left side, and as I put my weight through Greg, I flap my right elbow, and I get a tremendous modified single arm guillotine neck crank attack, all right? This is a choke attack, it's not technically a neck crank. So again, as he's here with me, I want to get that chin, and then dig my underhook in, put him on his side, and then take that, all right? This is high pressure. If he doesn't tap quickly, he will die slowly, all right? So once you guys have a guy, grab him here, and like even if I didn't choke Greg here and I just put it on slow, this is not fun. This is very similar to the feeling you get when guys are trying to choke from Keza. Very similar feel. But we're doing it from an underhook, okay? And like a reverse crossface really, where I've got the chin, and now as I rotate back, I have tremendous pressure. Sometimes, guys, when you go to do this one though, you can't pin him flat on his back. So sometimes when Greg turns towards me, I'll get his chin, but I can't dig an underhook. So again, we've got the chin with our right hand, but what we're trying to focus on with this instructional series here is what we do with his arm, okay? So the first one, I got an underhook, which lets me pin him, rotate, and that is nasty. No one enjoys having that choke done to them ever, okay? You're no good. However, I can also do a cool setup where sometimes if that arm is really tight in and I can't dig underneath it, which means it's up here, okay? So I'm trying to dig into it and I can't get it. What I can do is actually push it through and push my right arm through and now get a cupping grip like this on his tricep. So as I pushed him through and I get a cupping grip here on his tricep, okay, I'm now going to have to get an underhook, but there's no arm left to underhook. So I underhook the leg, I put my weight through him, and I compress him down, okay? Be quick to back up on this one, all right? This choke, I think, is one of the sneakiest, easiest, and nastiest for him chokes there is, okay? This is quite rare, not a lot of people do this one. It's actually a form of a wrestling pin. How I was taught this was, I don't know if this story is true, but the idea of the Muzu Choke, the Missouri University, there was a guy who used to pin like this and put people unconscious. That's the story I've been told. I don't know if it's fact-based, but I would call that like a Muzu Choke, short for Missouri. So if I've got a chin and I can't get an underhook, I'll press and I'll grab his tricep. And now I keep his humerus in the center of my chest here, and I underhook his leg and I slowly compress him down. This is very effective. If you're a big girl or guy, they are gonna hate you doing this to them. But to defend that choke, he would pull his arm back, you see. So once I've got his chin, if I try to push this and he resists, he gives me the underhook. But after he's had that, he'll keep that in, and then I can transition, underhook the leg, and get my compression on the Muzu Choke, okay? So this is, in effect, a wrestling pin done in a way that puts him unconscious. So, 2 chokes, 1 variable, what's happening with this arm, and what do we underhook? Otherwise, let's pin him, let's tap him, let's go.